Uh, a good evening, and I hope we are doing well, and I hope everyone is fine. My name is Richard Chimbo, Mr.Selfcare, and again, I want to wish you or welcome you into 2026 in a health manner. Thank you so much for choosing to start the year here. This is a fresh new year, and so we have a lot of things that we can achieve together, or a lot of things that we can do together. We are going to have a short discussion about a few things, or a lot of things, and our topic of the day is self-care, having a self-care conversation as we start the year 2026. Tulina, there are a lot of things that we are going to talk about here. Era nga nsaba bw'oba olina wowandiika oggyeyo akakalaamu oba ekkalaamu ate tutandike tulabe engeri gye tuyinza okwebangulamu. Self-care oba okwefaako oba okufa ku mubiri gwo, family yo n'abantu abakulinaanye. To so many people, it is still confusing. So many people always keep coming and asking me, Mr. Self-Care, what does self-care really mean? Self-care simply means making sure that you empower your body, you prepare your body, you make your body stronger, you put your body in a better situation to be able to fight off diseases when they come. But it also means taking care of your body such that you don't fall sick. Ebintu bingi bye tusobola okukola under the self-care initiative. Ebintu bingi bye tusobola okukola okulaba nga emibiri gyaffe tugifuula gy'amaanyi, oba emibiri gyaffe tugiprotectinga, okulaba nga tetulwalalwala, okulaba nga tetufuna birwadde by'amaanyi, okulaba nga ne bwe tuba tulwadde emibiri gyaffe giri mu mbeera esobola okulwanyisa endwadde eziba zirumbye omubiri. In other words, self-care kiringa bw'olaba okupreparinga omubiri gwo ng'ensi bw'ebeera n'eggye ekkuumi erikuuma omubiri gwo, okulaba nga tolwala, oba okulaba nga obulwadde ne bwe bukulumbye omubiri gwo tegukola ki? Tegukosebwa. So this is actually very important. Omwaka 2026, or in the year 2026, we need to reduce medication. We need to reduce healthcare costs. And one of the reasons why families are still paying a lot of money for healthcare is simply because we've not taken deliberate steps, oba tetukoze ebintu bye tulina kukola intentionally okulaba nga tuwe protectinga oba tukuuma emibiri gyaffe obutalwala. So tulina okuba abasaale, or we have to be intentional about self-care initiatives and making sure that we protect our bodies, making sure that we empower our bodies, and making sure that we prepare our bodies just in case they get pathogens or disease-causing organisms. Omwaka omupya guno ogutandise 2026, waliwo ebintu bye tugenda okukola deliberately, oba ebintu bye tugenda okukola n'ekigenderera, nga tetubikola because kubanga abantu abalala babikola, naye nga tubikola olw'okubanga twagala obikola oba olw'okubanga biri deliberate tulabe nga tubikola oku empoweringa emibiri gyaffe oba gifuula egy'amaanyi. Mu bino mulimu ekisookera ddala ensi nga yedduka ku speed. The world is moving faster than never before. Okay, tukola, we are having long work hours. Abantu bakola ebbanga ddene, abantu balina financial pressures, abantu balina obuvunaanyizibwa obususse, but above all we have also what we call social expectation. Abantu batusuubiramu ebintu bingi ebitusuubirwamu. Now in doing all this, in trying to balance up with all this, twesanga nga emibiri gyaffe tugitadde mu kaseera oba mu mbeera ey'akazigizigi. Emibiri gyaffe tugitadde mu kaseera oba mu mbeera ey'akazigizigi. And this actually puts our body under stress. Any family or any person who does not want to fall sick in the year 2026, you must learn a perfect balance between your body, your mind, and then you create a very perfect balance. You make sure your mind and your body, ebirowoozo n'omubiri gwo, making sure be in a perfect balance. Ekyo nno kisobola kubeerawo if we are intentional about the things that we do. Nga tuli intentional about ebintu bye tukola. Waliwo ensonga lwaki famire ye lwala. Waliwo ensonga lwaki mu famire y'oyo omwana that one child keeps falling sick. There is a reason as to why that one child in your family keeps falling sick. There is a reason why you keep falling sick of certain diseases like diarrhea. Waliwo ensonga lwaki famire yeefuna ekiddukano. Waliwo ensonga lwaki mulwala omusujja. Mukyala gw'ompuliza, there is a reason why you get there is a reason as to why you get the so-called hormone imbalance, which eventually leads you to a lot of issues with your menstrual cycle. There is a reason why your eyes are painful, or there is a reason why you're losing sight. There's a reason why you're not hearing well. I believe all this is happening because of something or a reason that you're supposed to handle, or a reason that you're supposed to see. Waliwo ensonga lwaki ebintu bino ebisinga bihappeninga mu ngeri gye bihappeningamu. So 2026 olwo ebintu bye tugenda okuyiga. Buli wotateekawo balance wakati wa birowoozo byo na mu 2026 olw'ensonga ziri ze nkuwadde waggulu, tugenda kwesanga nga we are going to find ourselves emotionally drained. Tugenda kwesanga tuli drained nga buli ssaawa tuwulira nga ebirowoozo byaffe bikooye. Ate buli ebirowoozo biwulira nga bikooye, or each time you find yourself emotionally drained, ogenda kwesanga nga n'embeera y'omubiri gwo physically oli physical unwell, obanga buli wookeera ku makya n'owulira nga ebirowoozo bye tebiri mu mbeera nnungi, nga weeraliikiridde. When you wake up and you feel you're stressed, you wake up and you feel you're depressed, you wake up under emotional fatigue, you're going to realize that physically even your body is not well. Abantu abasinga buli weesanga nga omubiri gwo guwulika ng'omukoowu, buli weesanga nga oli mu mbeera owulira omubiri gwo gukooye, buli weesanga nga owulira nga wakazuuka ku makya naye ng'owulira olinga abadde akola oba abadde akola ebintu ebingi, ogenda kwesanga n'omubiri gwo teguli mu perfect condition, oba teguli mu mbeera nnungi ekola ebyo by'olina okukola. So 2026 we must make sure, oba tulina okweteeka mu mbeera nti tufuna perfect balance wakati w'omubiri gwo n'ebirowoozo byo. abantu bangi abalwala endwadde zemulwala, abantu bangi abakeera ku makya nga muwulira temwagala genda kukola, nga muwulira nga abakoye naye ng'obudde bwakakya, ng'olina abaana awaka, you have children, naye nga buli bwe bakeera ku makya bagamba mami oba ddali tukooye. The reason is simple. The reason is simply because you don't have, all those children do not have a perfect balance between their mind and their body. Buli wokooye ebirowoozo byo ogenda kwesanga nga n'omubiri gukoze eki? Gukooye. For example, abantu bangi tufekinze okubeera, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. When you fake your mind nga toyagala kukola obanga oyagala kulimba boss wo nti oli mulwadde, n'okiteeka mu bwongo obwo nti ndi mulwadde, weesanga nga the body is complying, weesanga nga n'omubiri nagwo gutandise okukola ki? Ocomplyinga. So the moment you trigger your mind to think that you're weak, or your moment you fail to have a perfect balance in your mind, you're going to find yourself weak, you're going to find yourself appearing weak, or you're going to feel your body physically unwell. So 2026, let's practice having a balanced routine. A balanced routine. Make sure you perfectly balance your body and your mind. And the failure to do this, trust me, you're not going to have a productive year. The people that are stressed on the roads, the people that you see are stressed everywhere, the science is simple. You have failed to balance your body and your mind. So 2026, let's have a deliberate effort to make sure that we balance our mind, we balance what goes through our brain, what we think about, and learning how to control your thoughts actually could be the best medicine for you in 2026. So, number one, we want to redefine self-care in 2026. Self-care in 2026, Tegenda, is not going to be about perfection or copying someone else's routine on social media. It's about knowing yourself and responding intentionally to what your body needs. Biri mukaga self-care tegenda ku self-care 2026 is not going to be about going on social media and you copy what other people are doing and then you start doing. No. Instead, 2026 self-care is going to be about you asking yourself what your body needs. The biggest question you should ask yourself as the year is starting is, what do I need in terms of health to get to where I want to be? That is going to be the proper definition of self-care. Forget what is happening everywhere in the world. Forget what is happening in social media. Forget what your neighbors are doing. Forget what your best friends are doing. And instead focus on what you need and what your family needs to have a better life. Now, the challenges we've had with self-care in 2025 has been a lot of community simply doing things because they're encouraged, or because they are being advertised on media, or they are watching them on TV, or they are seeing people they admire actually watching, doing things they do, forgetting what their body wants. One assignment I want to give you as we start the year, to everyone that is watching in from wherever you're watching from, is simple. Look at your body and ask your body, what do I need? What does my body want for 2026? Again, we have different body needs depending on what we do. Sometimes a pregnant woman does not need the same thing like a young girl who is going to school, who is very active. So by actually understanding your body needs, by understanding what your body needs, is going to be important in you redesigning a program or a self-care program for you and your family in 2026. Ask yourself, what are my activities? How active is my body? What do I do? How much energy do I need to go through? Weetaaga maanyi ky'oyita mu lunaku, okola biki okuyita mu lunaku, okola mirimu ki? All that is going to determine how you're going to prepare for self-care. Obulamu bwo buli mutya. What is your health status? Do you have chronic illnesses? Do you have chronic diseases? Are you on certain drugs for life? What is your cell status? Are there some hereditary diseases that you're having? Do you have any genetic conditions? Are you expectant as a woman? Do you expect to have a child? As a man, how much time do you have to work out? All this should influence your self-care decisions for 2026. Buli wenewo obudde obumala ne weerowooza ku mubiri gwo n'obwa famire bo n'abaana bo. Tulina baana bameka balwala balina ndwadde ki, tulina ekirwadde ekitambulira mu famire. Kigenda kuyamba ggwe n'ab'ennyumba yo okulaba nga mwetegekera omwaka gwa 2026 in a better way and in a way okulaba nga temulwala ate okulaba nga mukendeeza ku nsimbi ze mwonoona ku ndwadde ggwe n'ab'enju yo. For example, there are so many ways we can apply self-care in 2025 depending on our different capacities. For example, if you're a parent that is busy, if you're a busy parent, you may need to wake up 15 minutes earlier before your children wake up to make sure you prepare something nice for them, because you know what your children want for school, or because you know the body needs of your children. So we are all going to practice self-care in 2025 in different ways. Fena tugenda kukola ebintu byanjawulo mu 2026 okulaba nga emibiri gyaffe tugifaako, tugipreparinga obutalwala oba tugifuula gy'amaanyi okulwanyisa endwadde. Naye nga bwensomesezza waggulu wali that byonna bigenda kusinziira gwe kutegeera mubiri gwo na mubiri gwo gwetaaga ki, ndwadde ki ezikuluma, ndwadde ki z'olina, ddagala ki lyoliko, status ye eri etya. That is what is going to determine your self-care activities in 2026. Let us throw away the idea of copying just things, or of copying things and we just do them. Throw away the idea of seeing people doing things on social media and you jump on the bandwagon. No. Self-care should be self-centered or your family-centered. I mean, if you're staying in an environment where there are mosquitoes, you have to sleep in the mosquito nets. The same is not a requirement for someone that is staying in environments where there are no mosquito or where malaria is not a problem. If you're having issues with your body picking weight easily, you got to regulate what you eat. Because I mean, we could be the same in the same family, but there are people, some of us, we eat, even if we eat the entire world, we are not going to get fat. But there are people, even if they eat simply one cake, I mean, their bodies are going to accumulate or put on fat immediately. So one key aspect to self-care in 2026 is you understanding yourself. Some bodies will do well with walking for 35 minutes a day. Other people need to run for 1 hour to achieve the desired body goals, because our bodies are different. So 2026, it is going to be a selfish year when it comes to self-care. You understanding yourself and your body and actually coming up with the best healthcare strategy to benefit you and your family. Not mere self-doing things because other people are doing it. One other aspect that professionals like me need to look at, especially coming from a country I come from, Uganda, where this habit is not new. You may need to start taking your lunch. You may need to start packing your food to make sure you eat food that you understand. Mugenda tandika okupaakinga emmere 226 gitwala ku mulimu. Okumakinga sure mulya bye mutegeera. Abantu abasinga abakola mu maofiisi ebizibu bye tusinza okufuna n'ebyokulya simply because tuli emmere y'oku mirimu gye tumanyi gye bagifumbira, gye tamanyi bagireeta batya, gye tamanyi biki bye bagiteekamu. So 226 nsaba tubeere cautious. Bw'oba olina ofiisi ng'eri safe mu kifo ky'okutumya emmere buli lunaku ku lunch, breakfast, gula microwave ogiteeke mu ofiisi yo otandika opaakinga emmere ogijja ewaka ogitwale ku mulimu ogiwoominge ogirye. That is what is done elsewhere. Kubanga bw'onojja emmere enfumbe ewaka, mukyala we amanyi biki bye mwetaaga nga famire, amanyi biki by'omubiri gwo bye gwetaaga. Bino ebyogenda ku mirimu ne batufumbira emmere, ne batuweereza emmere ne bagifumbidde mu buveera ne bagikuwa, bigenda kutulwaza. So one of the intentional activities that people or professionals like me should actually do is to make sure you pack your lunch break. I kindly ask all the men watching in here to invest in a microwave and place it in your office. Have packed food from your home, and when you reach, warm your food when you need to. I've seen this work for me. I thought I would never do it, but 2 years down the road, I've been packing my food to work, and that works for me. I eat health food now. That food that they bring you at lunch, that food that they bring you when you're not sure, could be the reason why your family keeps getting sick and falling sick and falling sick. All the time you're having diarrhea, all the time you're having stomach bloating. The reason could be because the food that you eat for lunch is prepared in an unconducive manner or in an hygienic way. So one of the self-care things that you should do as a person working is to start packing your lunch. To all the employees listening in here, let's put a lunch box or a lunch safe space where we can buy one microwave and put it in that place so that people can come with packed food from home and warm it and have their meal. One of the self-care initiatives that are good for you, that are going to be good for you for the year 2025 is packing your own meals, is packing your own food. Excuse me. The other thing that I want to talk about is if you're having a child that is studying or that is at school, omwana nga ali ku ssomero, let us protect them from late social media activities or from less social activity to prevent or to protect their sleep and mental focus. One of the disturbing things that we are having of late is hyper activity or our children being too active late in the night. I mean, you see children playing close to 11 a.m. in the night. One of the things that we should work out to protect our sleeping pattern is actually maintaining a sleeping routine. It is advised that you sleep for about 6 hours a night. So if you're having a child at home in 2026, one of the things that you can do to protect their mental health and to protect their well-being and to reduce their mental overload and help them not to suffer from diseases, actually maintaining a sleeping routine. Make sure you buy a bell and put it, or an alarm and put it in your house. The moment it goes or it goes off, everyone goes to bed. And actually we can do this as parents by setting a good example that when that bell goes, whether you're watching Arsenal, whether you're watching which game, you switch off and go to sleep. Our children are becoming mentally disturbed. If you read, there was a newspaper, I don't know if it was New Vision or Monitor, that was saying almost half of our children, when they reach school, they are sleeping 50% of their time at school, simply because the children are not getting enough sleep at home, and so this is actually affecting their capacity to perform well. So if you're having a child in 2026, one of the things actually that you should do is to make sure you develop or you come up with a sleeping routine for them. Abaana tubawa obudde bw'okwebaka. Sometimes it is annoying or it hurts me to see that a child, it is midnight and the child is still active. No. We should help them. Research is showing that one of the reasons actually parents are paying much more money, or parents, our children keep falling sick, is simply because they don't sleep enough. A child is supposed to sleep, a child below 5 years is supposed to sleep at least 16 hours a day. That is during day and night. So regulate that. This, as parents, we can actually regulate, we can enforce this. At first, it's not simple, but later we can enforce that. Do not let your children become mentally ill or mentally unstable simply because they are overactive at a time when they are supposed to be sleeping. Yes. So this year, 2026, we are going to make self-care personal. Again, don't do things because your neighbor is doing them. Don't do things because you see other people on social media doing them. First of all, ask yourself, what does my body need, or what does my family require to stay healthy? Family yange yeetaaga ki, omubiri gwange gwetaaga ki okubeera omulamu, and then draw a program for that, and then that's what you should do. Most of us are overtaken or are taken away by social media pressures or anxieties. You see people running and then you start running. You see people fasting and you start fasting. You see people taking slimming tablets, you start taking slim tablets. No, that should not be the issue. The issue should be you examining your body and your family, and you ask yourself, what does my family need to stay healthy in 2026? And that's what you should do. The other issue I'm going to talk about in this under this discussion is building balance for the mind. Now, the mind carries the mind carries stress long before the body shows all signs of burnout. Nti ebirowoozo byaffe bigenda kusitula okunyigirizibwa oba stress oba depression ebbanga ddene ng'omubiri gwaffe physically kungulu tegunnalaga nti tuli balwadde. Abantu bangi emibiri gyaffe wegiragira nti nno tuli balwadde ng'ebirowoozo byaffe byakomplaininga dda naye nga tetubiwuliriza. So 2026, we should be paying more emphasis to what our mind is communicating. And there are clear languages or clear signs that our mind is going to use to communicate to us. Abantu abasinga to experiencing a burnout, notuka nogamba mpulira nkooye. I wake up and I feel it's morning, but I feel sleepy. It is middle of the night, but I can't sleep. All these are signs that your mind is communicating that actually it is about to give up, or you're about to experience what we call burnout. Burnout is actually what now physically see when you fall sick or when you can't do anything. So 2026, we should devise means of listening to our body. Tuyina okunoonya amagezi okulaba nga tuwuliriza ebirowoozo byaffe. Kubanga mbakakasa endwadde zonna nga tezinnajja, before you see any signs and feel symptoms of diseases, your mind should have communicated to you that you're actually about to fall sick. And people who are sensitive to their mind and what the mind communicates actually are able to prevent diseases before even they show their first sign. I mean, you wake up and you're too tired. You cannot sleep in the night. You're restless. You're easily getting fatigued. You're easily getting annoyed. Your rate of getting, annoyed is so high. Buli sawa akantu katono, something small is sparking you off. You cannot concentrate on things. Your mind is communicating that something is wrong. You're so irritable. So 2026, we should be emphasis to what our mind is communicating to us. Because that is key. Again, I ask you to subscribe, to comment, and leave your question in the comment section. For friends that are watching either on Facebook, on YouTube or TikTok, thank you so much, because it's running on all these social media platforms at once. And I'll be responding to those questions coming from the different platform. The topic of discussion is simply how to prepare your body for 2026. Number one, to minimize the rate of sickness in your family. Number two, to stop the number of times you're going to go to emergencies or you're going to go to hospital. But at the end, how to save money that we spend on healthcare. Again, I said, for any of the healthcare challenges you're having, there are reasons why you're having it. If you're having diarrhea on and off in your family, you need to check your hygiene. Diarrhea is not a bad thing. Diarrhea is a good thing. It simply shows you fed your body something that is not right, and the body is trying to expel it. Having fever is not a bad thing. Your body is just reacting to an infection that is growing up. So I was on point two, that is building the balance for your mind. Many people, they are in 2026, but they are already overloaded. They are mental overloaded. The expectations are in the sky. You're writing your goals for 2026, but you're already stressed. You're already anxious. You're stressed. You don't know if you're going to be able to fulfill all your 2026 goals. You're thinking about your career. Some of you want to go back to school, or some of you are already at school. And you're thinking about how you're going to balance your work, normal work life, with a lot of other things. Some of you, it is family life. You want to get married, or you want to marry, or your family is going through a lot of stress. So you're having a lot of things, a lot of mental overload. So 2026 should be a year where you first care about your mind, because trust me, if you fail to take care about your mind, your body is eventually going to give away. One of the things I wished I knew earlier would be to actually, Happy New Year, Ingini Oloya. Ingini Oloya is one of my mentors, and one of those people that helped me a lot while back home in Uganda. So one of the things that you have got to regulate actually, or to maintain, is your mind. Control your mind. Reduce social media noise. Reduce social media overload. Reduce your expectations. I'm telling you, if there is one thing that you can do for yourself in 2026, is managing your mind. Again, the topic is how do we balance your mind and your body? And I started by saying, when your mind gives up, physically your body is going to give up. I was a referee sometime in Uganda, and I'm telling you, when you go to officiate a game and something is on your mind, you're even going to fail to see the most obvious errors in the game. And that's why my advocacy now to people that are leading a football in Uganda is that we should try to take care of the mindset of our referees before even they go to the game. Make sure you deal with whatever could bother their mind, because this is very important. We hurry so much to blame people when they fail to perform, but we've not done the deliberate effort to make sure that we do away the things that are within our powers to actually help them to think better. One other thing that is going to help us in 2026 is setting mental boundaries. Guys, learn to turn off work emails beyond working hours. If you can have a home phone booth, bino ebisimu ebinene, these bifone bye tuyita nga kino oba bye tuyita ebya MTN oba ebya Airtel. If you could have that for home, have that phone for home and switch off your mobile phone the moment you get home. Kasitodde wakabe pa ng'ekisimu okijjako. When you switch off your phone, let me tell you, the days that I'm not at work, I switch off my phone for 48 hours, and that is the best time of my life. When you switch off your phone, you're totally in control of your mind. I've made a research on myself and realized that 90% of all the stress that I've faced in 2025 have been coming from my phone. You're starting to settle, then they bring Arsenal loses a game. The updates come on your phone. You're starting to settle, then someone needs money from you. You're starting to settle, then someone send you a message. They want to check you. Bagala kucha or in a relationship. They want to dump you. You're starting to settle, then unnecessary message pops on your phone and your fiance sees it and you start to quarrel. So almost 90% of all the stress that have happened to me in 2025 has been from my phone. So me switching off my phone for just 48 hours in a week puts me in total control of my mind for 48 hours. And I'm telling you, that's the best time. So to friends watching in 2026, I want to tell you something. Have another small phone, have a line, share it with the people within your circles, say your family, your wife, and tell them beyond 6 p.m. if you want. If it is about work, call this. If it's not about work, call this. I'm telling you that is going to be the best decision. I've had counseling sessions for people, one-on-one sessions for people, and it's like 60% of them, the issues they are telling you are coming out of their phones. The other thing is learn not to pick unnecessary calls at unnecessary times. I mean, some of you are not serious. You pick a number that is not saved in your phone at midnight. And then picking it, someone is speaking Runyankole or Ruchiga, and it is a wrong number. All the time, there must be someone from the West giving a wrong number. Someone is rude at midnight, you're waking up deep in sleep, you pick someone you don't know, the number that you've not saved, and someone is speaking language you don't understand, and they're even not polite. You're telling them this is not Natukunda. They are saying, oh, this must be Natukunda, this is Natukunda. You people from the West, who told you that all the time? I mean, who gave you permission to keep calling wrong numbers at weird network, at weird times? So, learn to control your mind in 2026. It is going to save you a lot. Turn off your work email. Don't check your work email. Have personal emails and work emails. It's one thing that has actually helped me a lot. There are emails I strictly open on the weekend. And there are emails I open every day. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I put my WhatsApp in a sleeping mode that I don't get to read any message on WhatsApp on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I open them specifically if there is something I need to change. Why? Because I need to protect my mental health. There is a time I was running mad. There is a time I almost lost my job simply because of mental overload. I was in America, but living a Ugandan life. I wanted to jazz with people in real time. Remember, it is daytime in Uganda, it is sleeping time in America. So I was living two lives. I was not sleeping. So 2026, let us be intentional with what is going to protect our mental health. I work in the ER department, and I'm telling you, the moment you don't take care of your health, the moment you don't take care of your life, you're going to spend more money in hospitals. And I always have a simple saying that says, you either take care of your body right now or start saving money to visit emergency rooms. My name is Mr. Selfcare. And like I promised earlier, I'm going to make the loudest noise when it comes to self-care 2026. Because your friends, your family, I don't want to see you fall sick on reasons that I can actually help prevent. So 2026, charge your phone, be ready for this noise, kind of noise, every Thursday at 9 p.m. and every Sunday morning. We have aligned close to 104 healthcare programs. I'm going to host 104 guests that are going to speak about different healthcare. And the goal is I want you to reduce the amount of money that you're spending on healthcare. I want you to reduce the number of times your family is falling sick. To women who are having hormonal imbalances, the reason could be as simple as not taking adequate water. The reason could be because of the family planning method that you're using. So when we speak about these things, you're going to be in full control, or you're going to be in charge of your body, and this is going to help you to stay healthy. And in the event, you're going to reduce the number of times you visit the hospital. Now, I want to give you something personal. When I came to America, I used to take a painkiller almost every single week. Any small something, I would take a painkiller. Back in Uganda, when I came here and started educating myself about self-care, I've gone 2 years. Number one, minus falling sick intentionally, apart from the time I got an accident, but also the number of times that I take painkillers has reduced. I take ginger and turmeric as a must in all my meals, and this has reduced the number of infections I get. Everyone would get flus, but because of turmeric and ginger, my immunity has been boosted. So I want to emphasize, I want to ask all of you to actually keep following, to share this with the families that you want or with the people that you love, to make sure we all become knowledgeable about healthcare in 2025, and then in the end reduce how much money we are spending in hospitals. I'm telling you, you people are making us rich. You're making the healthcare, providers rich. They are rich because you don't want to pay attention to simple things about your health. How can you be a woman but you don't know your menstrual cycle? You don't know the last time you had your periods. You don't know your weight. You don't know your blood pressure in 2026. But you were out there last night busy enjoying fireworks and burning tires and celebrating. Celebrating what when you don't know even your blood pressure, you don't know your glucose level. Oba sukali, tomanyi sukali ali mubiri gwo, tomanyi pressure yo, tomanyi buzito bwo, tomanyi olunaku lwasembye ogenda mu periods, tomanyi serostatus oba oyinako okakaleta sirimu oba tolina, naye oli ku mwaka oguselebrating ogugenze. So yes, we are supposed to be deliberate with some things. Let's be more intentional in 2026. 2026 must be a year of intentionality when it comes to healthcare. Let us start having emotional check-ins. Buli lunaku keera weebuuze, ask yourself in the morning, how am I really feeling today? Owulira otya ekituufu? Abantu abasinga babuuza good morning, oh I'm fine, how I am fine. Let us make it intentional to examine ourselves deeply every single day, asking ourselves how we really feel. Again, I started by saying that by the time you fall sick, your mind has already communicated you're sick or you're about to fall sick. So make it a routine that every morning when you wake up or before you go to bed, you have a few minutes of reflection, of asking yourself how you're really feeling. 2026, we must be intentional about healthcare. Let me tell you, I've taken 2 years minus falling sick. I've taken 2 years of having a better life. And this has only been made possible by changing what I eat, how much time I sleep, what I watch on TV. Let me ask, why would you watch scary movies when you're going to sleep? I find people who say, oh, I enjoy watching scary movies, horror movies. Come on. I've watched a lot of horror events live in my life. I don't need to scare my mind anymore by watching scary things. The moment I detect it is a Nigerian movie and the person I love or the person I'm enjoying watching is about to die, I stop the movie. For that reason, I've never watched the Titanic, the famous movie called Titanic, to the end. Because there is a couple, a young couple I was watching, and I mean, they are happy. And now the moment people tell me at the end they died, or one died, I stop watching, and that is me. The moment you tell me there is something scary in a movie, I don't watch it. I'm protecting my mind. 2026 cut off people that are stressing you. I want you to revisit your inner circle. It is okay to love people from a distance. If each time you visit that family, you get emotional breakdown, you get emotional fatigue, you get emotional pain, 2026 is a period of you cutting those people off. It is not a must that you must. You must be friends with everyone. 2026, be more intentional. People are committing suicide because of what have been said against them. In Uganda, what is trending is Rugambo. The most 20 watched YouTube channels are Rugambo. The most followed people on social media are people that are speaking about Rugambo. There is a lot of business in Rugambo, but people are dying. Relationships are breaking up simply because we fail to manage ourselves and social media. 2026, be more intentional. Anyone that does not bring happiness to you, cut them off. Akitegedde kubira Yesu engalo ez'amaanyi ndowooza amagezi gazze. So every morning, take self-care initiatives. Take self-care initiative to control your mind, to control your stress. Number one, take a deep breath every morning. Start practicing normal breathing exercise. Breathe in, hold your breath for 1 minute and out. So each time you feel you're stressed at that moment, take a big breath in and out. In and out. If you do that for about 10 minutes, I'm telling you, there is a way you're going to feel better. There is a way you're going to relax. It's going to control how you react to situations. Number two, prayer. Let me tell you, if you're living a prayerless life, you're taking the biggest gamble at life. Why do you want to do life alone and yet there is someone that knows all your days? The Bible clearly says in Jeremiah, he knew you before you were born. So why are you navigating your life alone and yet God knows your life before you were born? Why don't you consult God? Why don't you go to God in prayer? So one of the things that are going to help you deal with stress in 2026 is actually prayer. Take all your burdens to the Lord. That's biblical. The Bible says ask. That is in I think Matthew 7:7. Ask and you're going to be given. Knock and the doors are going to be opened. Seek and you're going to find. So everything that is stressing you, make sure that you go to God. Let me tell you, the worst mistake or the biggest mistake that you're going to do in 2026 is living a prayerless life. And the best decision that you can do to actually manage your stress and everything is to live a prayerful life. The other thing on managing stress is journaling. Write down, write down, write down, write down. Write down the things you plan to do. Write down the small wins you've gotten. Write down the things that actually are bothering you or the things that you need to pray about. When you master writing down things, you're going to ease the mental load on your brain. Number three, be mindful. Be mindful about what you watch. Be mindful about what you say. Be mindful about the people you visit. Be mindful about the people that love you and the people you love. Be mindful about the people that you bring into your life. Be ready to cut off people anytime in 2026. Anyone that is contributing to your stress intentionally, people that are not willing to change, to move an inch for you, stop burning yourself for people that are not, stop actually taking bullets for people that are not even ready to share a sprinkle of your blood on their shirts. Some of you people are burning yourself for people that are not even willing to move an inch for you. 2026, cut that crap out. Be more intentional. It is more peaceful to stay alone if you're peaceful than having a multitude, a crowd of people around you that are simply stressing you. Some of these are family members. They are family members that are just parasites. They're just stressing you. Cut that crap out in 2026. Cut that crap out. Stop being a people pleaser. Stop being too nice for people. There are people who are busy celebrating your downfall. These are people that you're bringing to your bedroom. These are people that you're inviting over to your house for lunch simply because you want to make them happy. That crap must stop in 2026. Self-care is about choosing yourself and those that choose you. Look out for those family members that look out for you. Connect your family with those families that actually look out for you. If you can't call someone in terms of, it's okay. If you can't call someone when you're having issues, why are you calling them to celebrate good days with them? 2026 is a year of looking out for people that are actually looking out for you. And when we talk about self-care, it means putting ourselves first and people that make us happy. Be mindful about who you invite in your life. It's going to help you. It's going to be so important to you. Be mindful. Be so mindful. I'm also updating my list. There are people that I'm going to cut out. Again, there is a product called Nutriola. It's a natural wellness product. It will soon hit your market. It is having ginger, turmeric, honey. I've recommended it. It is Mr. Selfcare recommended because I know how it is being produced, and I'm telling you, women that are suffering with infection in and out, this is something natural that does not have any chemical that you're going to take every day. And I'm telling you, your immunity is going to be way too high. The UTIs are going to be flushed out of your body. So anytime it's going to hit your market, and I'm telling you, this is one of those products. I don't recommend any products under this page, but I recommend Nutriola. Anytime you find it, make sure it is authentic and original, use it. Again, a point number 3 that I would love to talk about as I'm finishing. In case you're stressed, seek professional support. Now, one of the things that I experienced when I came to US for school is these people have mastered the art of seeking help. In Uganda, tufa nnyo n'ebintu, ofa n'ebizibu, we die with things. Bakukyaye, oli mu nnyumba okaaba, oyagala kwetuga, you don't want even to talk to people. I mean, the problem that you're suffering with, another person has successfully gone through that situation. I mean, when I had the divorce, it was the worst part of my life. When I had the worst experience in my relationship, it was the worst part of life. But guess what? After speaking to multiple people that have gone through the same, I now saw it as a normal experience. So now I'm in a better position to speak to another person that is actually going through the same trial. Was it easy? No. But keeping quiet about it actually made it more difficult for me until when I opened up. I suffered with this for about 1.5 years. But the moment I started opening it out, the pain started going away. So seek professional help. Normalize therapy. Guys, okufuna obujjanjabi, let us normalize going for counseling. Ogendo to counselinga. Let us normalize going for counseling, friends. It doesn't show you are weak, especially men. You're going through something. Do not end your life. Normalize going for counseling. Normalize seeking help. Abasajja abasinga tulowooza when you seek help otubeera banafu. No. You're not less or weak when you seek support, when you seek help. Go for counseling when you feel stressed, when you feel, when anxiety sets in, when you're depressed. Let me tell you, there is a time I had the worst depression in life. I stopped taking even a bath daily. I stopped taking care of myself. My appetite like tripled. I would eat like 4 times. I would go to Mulaga and I would just sleep in the room. If you're an employee and you're having people working at you and you realize their productivity has gone down, before you fire them, before you think they are lazy, try to check, dig in and see if they are not mentally stripped, if their mind is balanced. Again, I said, one of the secrets of living a healthy or happier 2026 is when you balance your mind and your body. The moment you manage your mind, you're going to manage your body. A balanced mind improves concentration. It improves emotional stability. It improves confidence and decision making. Let me tell you, I remember this I got from one of my friends who is a dentist. She told me, the moment you don't have a clear mind, your decision making is cloudy. And the moment your decision making is cloudy, then your progress is slowed down. Abantu bonna abatalina mental stability oba abatalina birowoozo oba abalina ebirowoozo mental decision eri challenged, tebakola kusalawo kutuufu. I remember when I was going through depression and stress, and he told me to maybe give you a target or to make my annual goals. It was difficult because my judgment was compromised. So 2026, if you need to be productive or successful, first of all, clear your mind. It is hard. Make a deliberate effort to clear your mind. If it is a relationship and you feel it is making you panic, it is giving you more stress, cut it out. Stop it, cut it out. Cut it out. The moment you deal with your mind, you're going to manage almost 50% of your diseases. Sometimes we fall sick because our mind is giving away. Sometimes we fall sick because our mind is broken or is not stable anymore. Number 3 is then, how do we care for this body after taking care of the mind? There are simple acts of self-care that we can use to take care of our body. Number 1, the most challenging thing is that most of the time we neglect our physical health or our bodies until we see signs of disease. Now, that's the most dangerous thing. You neglect your body until there are signs of disease. Now, that is dangerous. In 2026, let's take care of our body before it shows signs of sickness or before it falls sick. How? Let us practice disease prevention. Do things to protect your disease. Do things to make sure your body does not fall, you don't fall sick in 2026. Be emotional, be intentional in the things that you do in 2026. Eat well, sleep well, take more water, normalize doing exercise for at least 35 minutes a day. And when we are doing things again, I say, do not do things because people are doing it. If you cannot run in gym, if you cannot go to gym, skip a rope. If you cannot skip a rope, just do occasional walks. Just make sure you walk, okay? You don't need to do what other people are doing, no. You don't need to do what other, simply because everyone is doing it, no. Normalize doing things your way. Eating a balanced meal that nourishes the body instead of skipping meals due to busy schedules. There are people I know who don't eat meals in time. You don't eat food in time because you're busy. That is very dangerous. Practice having meals in time. Let me tell you, you need to support your body for it to support you. Skipping meals is very, very dangerous. When it is time for exercise, do exercises that you can manage. Do not do push-ups or sit-ups if you can't handle. It is rather important you do simple exercises that you can do every day, like walking for 40 minutes, rather than going to gym for one time and you're carrying heavy weights and all that. That's not self-care. Self-care is you understanding what you can handle and what you can do as a person before even you start troubling your body with the heavy exercise that actually you cannot manage. Put yourself first. Have a bed routine. I've spoken about this. Reduce your screen time at night. Avoid being on your phone in the darkness. Your eyes are going to get a problem. Soon you're going to start putting on gloves. And glasses don't look on some of us. So I want to protect my sight as much as possible. So avoid bedtime. Have a proper bedtime routine. Let us go back to old school. Have a bell in your house that actually is rung at a particular time for you to sleep. Paying attention to warning signs such as constant fatigue, headaches, body pain, frequent illnesses, or seeking care early. I mean, the moment you feel any of those signs, any of the signs of sicknesses, seek proper health care from your health provider in time. Abantu abasinga tulwawo. Omuntu n'alwala n'akutuukako n'omubuuza bulijjo gy'oli nti anti musawo naye if it is a woman ng'enviiri zikyana nazo yajjukidde okugenda mu saluni ozikola. So the moment you feel signs of disease, please seek help. Stop waiting for diseases to become worse before you go to hospitals. Wowuliramu ng'oli mulwadde genda mu ddwaliro. Tolinda kubeera bubi. 2026 tujjewo ebyekwaso. When you care about your body, your energy levels are going to rise. And I'm telling you, your body immunity is going to be boosted. And then you're going to have mental clarity and you're going to be more productive. If you want to reduce the health bills or the amount of money that you're paying in your household, make sure you go to hospitals the moment you feel signs of diseases. The moment you feel you're not feeling fine, the moment you feel your body is not behaving like it has been, we can all, if we are careful or if we are intentional, we can all feel when our body is actually starting to show us warning signs that they are about to feel sick. The problem is when we make ourselves busy, factually the things that we are supposed to be paying attention to. Number 4 is connecting your mind and your body for true balance. The mind and the body are not separate, no. They communicate constantly. Your mind is communicating to your body constantly. So when your mind is sick, I'm telling you, it's just a matter of minutes before actually your body feels sick. I gave you an example that if you don't want to go to work and you're at a place of work, I used to do this at school. When you don't want to go to class and you fake sickness, and you know you're all acting like you're sick, It's just a matter of time before actually your body feels sick in real sense. Stress is in the mind often shows up as back pain. So some of the signs that can show actually that your mind is sick or you're about to get sick is when you have back pain. Yes, there are people who tell you, oh, Musawa, I have constant pain. Stomach issues, Musawa, olubuto lunuma buli sawa. High blood pressure, sleep problems. When you fail to sleep, sometime when your mind is communicating that you're about to fall sick, you fail to sleep. So the moment you see any of these signs, please seek medical help or seek medical attention. Examples of body, of mind, body, whatever, and how to help this. Number one is, again, I've said this earlier on, using breath exercise, calm your anxiety, lower your heart rate. If you can practice yoga or stretching to release physical tension, that is good. Have these yoga classes. You can go to YouTube and download a few classes, or you can follow some of these people that instruct in yoga. And I'm telling you, it's going to help your mind. It's going to help your mind. Taking nature walks, hiking. If you're feeling stressed, have a buddy, have a friend and take a walk. Here they call it hiking. Walk. If you have a car, drive to nowhere and walk with that person, I mean, with your friend. If you're married, drop walking routines with your husband. Yes. Drive to Kaola and start walking in the sugarcane plantations. Go to Kasakwa and start walking in the tea, whatever. Visit a farm, visit a friend of yours that has a banana plantation, a big banana. And let me tell you, the moment you take those walks, you're going to release some hormones and you're going to calm your anxiety and your stress is going to be dealt with. The worst thing to do when you're stressed is to stay indoor or to stay alone. Because research is showing that when you stay alone or when you stay indoor, actually you're thinking about most of the time negative things. Of course, you're going to lie to yourself, oh, I stay indoor and it helps me to cool down. No. That's why the introverts have a lot of suicidal tendencies compared to extroverts. They don't show up, they don't want to move out. So when they are under stress or when they become depressed, society does not know how to help them because naturally they are alone. So combining physical activity with mental reset, such as walking without headphones on, again, avoid having headphones on or beats on, because that is not actually healthy for your mental status. You're trying to walk away from distraction. You're trying to walk away from stress-causing stimuli. But now, if you're putting headphones, so you want to break stress, but you're also putting on something that is going to actually, that is may give you stress. So when you want to take these walk-ins or hikes, make sure if you're having headsets on, make sure you're having music on, music that relaxes you. Me, I love listening to Lucky Dube music, the freedom songs, liberation songs. So that is very important and that is very key. So when you're walking, avoid walking or having listening to things that are going to stress you. Have your music on. I normally love listening to freedom songs. I normally listen to that Bobby Wine song, and it helps me to go through stressing things. If I meet, like, I have a challenge in life, I always play that song like 50 times. And the moment I listen to those words, I always get encouraged to move forward, but also to slow down and realize that eventually the war or the battle is going to be over and I'm going to be happy. So as I wind up, how to practice self-care in relationships, work, and the community. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care also includes how we can actually relate with others? How do we relate with our workmates? How do we associate with our spouses? How do we associate with our family members? How do we associate with our children? Because these are people that are around us. These are people that are surrounding us. These are people that are going to help us become better people. So it is really important as we practice self-care for 2026 to practice how to love, how to take care of those closest to us. One of the biggest challenges that we face as human beings is trying to do life alone. No, you cannot do life alone. The Bible says that God is going to ask you, I was hungry and you didn't feed me. I needed water and you didn't give me that water. God is not going to physically come in front of you. I normally see people that actually, I think, that actually annoy God. You don't care about your neighbors. You don't care about your family. I mean, you have a family that does not have food to eat and you're giving offering in church. I think that is being too proud and doing the wrong things. So let us practice self-care by loving others. Self-care includes how we relate to other people. But also we must be careful about how we relate with other people, because some people, by going out of their way to please other people, you end up becoming selfless to yourself. So overgiving, people pleasing, and neglecting your personal needs to care for other people is not self-care. Self-care starts with you, then other people. Because when you overgive and you don't get that in return, you end up with resentment and burnout. So setting good health boundaries for every relationship. You don't treat your friends like you treat your husband. You don't treat your sisters like you treat your wife. There should be a clear boundary the way you treat your mother and your wife. That is always normally something that is always a battle for people to appreciate. You don't treat. I mean, you should have clear ways of how you treat different people in your life. Your wife should have the first priority, or your husband. That is not debatable. That does not mean you should not love your parents, but I mean, that should be clear. You should have a clear way of how you associate with things. Your workmates are just workmates. They are not your siblings. No, they are not your family. Treat people that love you more than those that actually don't have respect or care for you. That is going to help you in this year. Taking regular breaks at work, like I'm doing. You take a break at work to prevent burnout. Encouraging open wellness conversation in families, churches, schools, and workplaces. I mean, if there are issues at home, encourage people to have open conversation. This is going to help to ease the tension. Some of the time, the reason actually we burn out, or the reason we suffer so much, is because you're having tension or issues in the family, but none of you is willing to talk about them. 2026 is a year of self-care. Give yourself a chance to listen to other people's needs, but also give yourself a chance to speak about on things that actually you're not happy about, or things that are stressing you. Have these hard conversations. Have these difficult moment conversation to make sure that your body is well off. Don't keep quiet when people keep hurting you. Don't keep quiet when people keep bullying you, insulting you. Supporting one another through shared self-care practices like group walks or wellness checks is all we need as families, as groups, to do in 2026. Again, healthcare is going to create healthier communities where everyone is checking in with the other person, where everyone is supporting another person. And in the end, we are going to prevent, as a community, how much money we spend on healthcare bills or needs. Looking at what we eat, how much we rest, the amount of water we take, and then practicing exercise. controlling what we watch, what we feed, controlling what we see, what we hear, I'm telling you, is going to be important for you in 2026. Lastly, making this a self-care year, I ask you to make a commitment. If you're watching this, as I conclude this presentation, I ask you to make a commitment to yourself, to your family, and to your society, that you're going to practice self-care, that you're going to put your health first, that if you're feeling sick and your phone is not well, you're first going to handle your life before you look for a screen guard for your phone. If your car needs service, but you've not done a medical checkup, you're first going to take yourself for medical checkup before actually you take your car out. It is so sad that people who have car never miss servicing their car. But majority of people watching this program actually miss out on going for important annual or regular medical checkups. That should stop. Let us make ourselves a priority in 2026. Again, in 2026, the goal is not to do things because you're seeing people do them on social media, but the goal is to be consistent and not intensity. I don't care if actually you go out there and I don't care if you go out there and you do something small but every day than going to the gym and you're carrying 100 pounds in a single day. No, you need to design yourself a self-care routine that is going to be important to you. In 2026, the goal is consistency and not intensity. Do not eat too much food, but rather eat a balanced diet in small portions whenever needed. Simple daily habits like drinking enough water, moving the body a day for at least 20 to 30 minutes, practicing gratitude. Writing down the things you're thankful at the end of that day. Some of us, we suffer because we are not grateful. So ways of practicing gratitude, actually, number one is writing down the thing that you've been able to achieve in a day. And then if you're going through stressful moments, pause and acknowledge how far God has brought you. Pause and acknowledge how far you've moved. I always have one thing that I do each time I'm stressed. The question I always ask myself is simple. What does God want me to learn from this situation? And I'm telling you that has helped me to be more grateful to God. So the 2026, let us be more grateful to God. When you're stressed, when you're having a bad day, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what does God want me to learn from this situation? And I'm telling you, you're going to feel much better. Schedule regular checkups. It is January. Please, by the end of January, go at least and look and check for your blood sugars to rule out diabetes. Take blood pressure measurements. Check for hormone levels in women. Go and do an ultrasound scan before the end of January 2026. Please use the first money you get in January to do proper medical checkup, because this body is going to carry you for the rest of the 12 months. So be mindful, hopeful, and take care of yourself. This is going to help you. And then if we practice those simple actions every day, I mean, being grateful, having good rest, taking enough water, moving your body at least for 30 minutes in a day, doing proper medical checkups, I'm telling you, we are going to be able to determine long-term good health in our bodies, in our families, and in our community. In conclusion, In conclusion, building balance for body and mind is a reminder that wellness is shared, excuse me, okay. So again, building a balance for mind and the body. Our topic today was just a reminder that actually wellness is shared and is a shared responsibility. When we care for our minds and the bodies intentionally in 2025, in 2026, we are going to show up better for our families. In other words, if you take care of your mind and your body, you're going to be more available and present for your family. And that means more happier times, more happier days, more commitment. You're also going to be more resourceful and important to your family. When you take care of yourself, you're going to be more available for your work. So more work hours, more pay. But also going to be there for your communities. And again, having this balance between the mind and body is not something that we need to achieve once, no. It is something that we need to practice every day. I know this was a hard conversation and discussion for so many people watching in wherever you're watching us from. But I'm telling you, I am an expert. I am a student of public health, and every single day I'm reading about how to help communities and individuals that follow me not to fall sick. Your doctors may not tell you this because maybe their specialty is treating diseases. My specialty, one of them, is learning about disease prevention, making your body stronger to make sure that actually you prevent diseases. We can all do something about this. We can all do something to better our lives. So 2026, let's be more intentional about self-care initiatives. In summary, number one, walking at least 30 minutes a day. Checking what you eat. Avoid eating processed foods or a lot of sugars in 2026. If you're eating fruits, avoid eating, blending them, rather eat them, because that gives you a chance to eat the fiber as well. But also to eat sugars when they're in a packed form rather than a split form after the blending. Rest well, at least 6 hours in 24 hours is recommended, and at least 12 to 14 for children below age of 12. Take enough water, at least 2 liters a day, because your body loses at least 2 liters of water every single day. Practice mental stability, care for your mind. Pause back when you're stressed, seek for help, and all the other things that we practiced. Again, my name is Mr.Selfcare, and I thank you for starting the year with me. Feel free to share this with everyone that has missed, with your family and friends. Together we can create a much more healthier community. Together we can do something to stop disease infection. Together we can promote good health. And together we can reduce the amount of money, the billions and trillions of money that we continue to spend on healthcare. Thank you so much, and I wish you a lovely year. We shall be meeting every Thursday at 9 p.m. East African time and 11 a.m. American time. but also on Sunday at 7 a.m. in the morning, East African time, 9 p.m. American time. Wherever you're watching me from, have yourself a blessed night. May God bless you. Bye.